Welcome back to Zalengam Media. Today's key points in this video. Research suggests Arambai Tenggol, a Meitei militia, systematically attacked Kuki areas in Imphal from May 3, 2023, with alleged support from Manipur police, though controversy surrounds state involvement. It seems likely that Khongsai Veng, Haokip Veng, Langgol, Checkon, New Checkon, and New Lambulane face coordinated arson, looting, and violence, leading to significant displacement and destruction. The evidence leans toward police complicity, with reports of officers leading mobs, but the complexity of ethnic tensions complicates clear attribution. These events are part of broader Manipur ethnic violence, with ongoing debates about state responsibility and community impacts as of June 2025. Background: the violence in Manipur began on May 3, 2023, triggered by a march opposing scheduled tribe status for the Meitei community, opposed by Kuki-Zo tribes. This led to clashes with Kuki areas in Imphal Valley, including Khongsai Veng, Haokip Veng, Langgol, Checkon, New Checkon, and New Lambulane becoming targets. Tax and involvement. From May 3, 2023, these Kuki localities face systematic attacks by Arambai Tenggol, with reports of police either failing to intervene or actively supporting the militia. Video evidence and survivor accounts highlight the severity, with homes, churches, and schools destroyed, and thousands displaced. Impact and context. The violence caused over 258 deaths and displaced 60,000, with ongoing tensions reported as of June 2025. The state's alleged patronage of Arambai Tenggol and police actions remain controversial, reflecting deep ethnic divides. Comprehensive analysis of systematic attacks on Kuki localities in Imphal by Arambai Tenggol. Since May 2023. The ethnic violence that erupted in Manipur on May 3, 2023, marked a significant escalation in the state's long-standing tensions between the Meitei community, dominant in the Imphal Valley, and the Kuki-Zo tribal communities, primarily residing in the hill districts. Triggered by a solidarity march protesting the demand for scheduled tribe (ST) status for the Meiteis, which was perceived as a threat by the Kuki-Zo and other tribal groups, the violence quickly spread, leading to widespread clashes. Within this broader conflict, Kuki-Zo settlements in the Imphal Valley became prime targets for systematic attacks, allegedly orchestrated by the Meitei militia group Arambai Tenggol, with significant accusations of complicity or inaction by the Manipur police. This detailed analysis examines the targeted attacks on Kuki localities in Imphal, Khongsai Veng, Haokip Veng, Langgol, Checkon, New Checkon, and New Lambulane, detailing the nature of the assaults, the role of Arambai Tenggol, the alleged involvement of state forces, and the profound impact on the affected communities, drawing on reports and timelines up to June 5, 2025. Background context. Manipur's ethnic landscape is marked by tensions between the Meitei majority in the Imphal Valley and the Kuki-Zo and Naga communities in the hills. The violence on May 3, 2023, was sparked by a solidarity march against the Meitei demand for ST status, leading to retaliatory clashes. This set the stage for targeted attacks on Kuki-Zo enclaves in Imphal, where they were a minority, highlighting the ethnic fault lines and state dynamics. Systematic attacks on specific localities. Khongsai Veng, a residential enclave in ruins. Khongsai Veng, a small residential Kuki-dominated locality in the heart of Imphal, was among the first to face brutal attacks. On May 4, 2023, armed mobs, reportedly including members of Arambai Tenggol, invaded the area, equipped with firearms and heavy machinery like a JCB excavator, used to break through gates and demolish structures. A banker from the Kuki community, as reported by News Laundry on May 6, 2023, recounted how the mob descended on the night of May 3rd, trying to break gates, and returned the next day with guns and a JCB, forcing him and his family to flee. They were rescued by the army and taken to a relief camp. The attack resulted in the burning of approximately 80 to 90 houses, leaving the area in ruins with a heavy burning smell noted by the print on May 19, 2023. Survivors identified attackers in black shirts, a signature of Arambai Tenggol, suggesting organized violence with alleged state complicity. Haokip Veng, violence in the shadow of state institutions. Haokip Veng, located just 200 meters from the chief minister's bungalow and the police headquarters, was attacked on May 3, 2023, in one of the most shocking incidents. Video footage, widely shared and reported by The Wire on May 3, 2024, showed Manipur police personnel accompanying members of Arambai Tenggol and other Meitei mobs as they advanced toward the locality. The footage captured police not only failing to intervene, but actively leading the attackers, raising serious questions about state involvement. Eyewitnesses reported that the mob set fire to homes, looted properties, and abducted residents, including a group of 25 people seeking shelter in a family-run school. This proximity to state institutions underscored the vulnerability of Kuki-Zo communities and the perceived failure of security forces to protect them. Langgol, a coordinated assault on sub-localities. Langgol in Imphal West was systematically targeted during the initial days of the conflict. On May 3, 2023, as violence erupted, Langgol's Haokip Veng and Khongsai Veng sub-localities came under attack. By May 4th, around 30 houses in these areas had been razed by Meitei mobs, according to a timeline documented by Militia. The attacks involved looting and arson, with residents fleeing as their homes were destroyed. The coordinated nature of these assaults, occurring in multiple sub-localities, pointed to a planned effort by groups like Arambai Tenggol, which had been mobilizing Meitei youth and arming them with weapons looted from state armories. The destruction of Langgol's homes and the displacement of its residents highlighted the targeted nature of the violence against Kuki-Zo communities in the Imphal Valley. Checkon and New Checkon targeting abandoned properties. Checkon, a Kuki-Zo area in Imphal East, faced systematic attacks during the early days. On May 3, 2023, abandoned Kuki houses in New Checkon were burned down by Meitei mobs, as reported in the Militia timeline. The attacks extended to other properties, including Baby Zalengam Memorial English School, which was also set ablaze. These incidents were part of a broader pattern of targeting Kuki-Zo properties, with Arambai Tenggol and other Meitei groups accused of orchestrating the destruction. On August 26, 2023, unidentified rioters set ablaze more abandoned Kuki houses in New Checkon, highlighting the ongoing nature of the violence. As noted by Hindustan Times on December 4, 2023, the burning of abandoned houses suggested a deliberate effort to erase Kuki-Zo presence from the Imphal Valley. New Lambulane forced evacuation amid repeated attacks. New Lambulane, adjoining Checkon, was first attacked on May 3, 2023. The locality faced further violence on July 27, 2023, when 6 houses, 4 Kuki, 2 Meitei, were burned down, and again on August 27, 2023, when 3 more houses were set ablaze, as reported by the Indian Express on September 3, 2023. The last of the 10 Kuki families living in New Lambulane were forced to evacuate on September 2nd, 2023, after police and intelligence officials noted a threat to their lives. The evacuation was described as feeling more like an abduction by the residents, who were not allowed to pack their belongings and were moved to Motbung in Gangpokpi district. This incident marked the complete displacement of Kuki-Zo families from New Lambulane, a locality that had once been home to around 300 Kuki-Zo residents before the violence began. The role of Arambai Tenggol, from socio-cultural group to armed militia. Arambai Tenggol, initially a Meitei socio-cultural organization, transformed into a militia by May 2023. Playing a central role in the attacks on Kuki-Zo areas. Reports from Jamestown on August 22, 2024, and Frontline on May 30, 2024, highlight its emergence, with alleged patronage from Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. Photographs and videos, including an August 2022 meeting at Singh's residence shared on social media, suggest state support. The group mobilized Meitei youth, arming them with over 5,000 weapons looted from state armories, and led coordinated attacks on Kuki-Zo areas. Survivors consistently identified attackers in black shirts, a signature of Arambai Tenggol, operating with impunity, especially in areas like Haokip Veng, close to state institutions. The group's activities were marked by a pattern of violence, including arson, looting, and vandalism, often carried out in broad daylight with little resistance from security forces. Alleged complicity of Manipur police, a breakdown of law and order. The Manipur police, predominantly Meitei, faced severe criticism for their role during the attacks. In Haokip Veng, video evidence showed police leading mobs, as reported by The Wire on May 3, 2024. Similar allegations emerged in other areas, with residents claiming police either stood by or facilitated attacks, as noted in NewsClick on May 30, 2023. The Supreme Court criticized the police for delays in FIRs, describing an absolute breakdown of law and order. The looting of weapons, with over 4,000 still unaccounted for by mid-2024, further emboldened militia groups, with little effort to recover them, underscoring systemic failure to protect Kuki-Zo communities. The state's decision to strip Kuki police officers, including the then Director General of Police P. Dungel, of active assignments further fueled perceptions of targeted marginalization. Impact on Kuki-Zo communities, displacement, and destruction. The attacks had devastating consequences, with nearly all residents of Khongsai Veng, Haokip Veng, Langgol, Checkon, New Checkon, and New Lambulane fleeing Imphal by mid-May 2023. Khongsai Veng, once home to 500 Kukis, saw 200 houses destroyed or abandoned. As reported by The Print on May 19, 2023, survivors were relocated to relief camps or neighboring states like Mizoram, with over 60,000 displaced by November 2024, according to Business Standard on August 31, 2024. At least 258 deaths were recorded, with 4,786 houses and 386 religious structures burned, as noted in various reports. The psychological toll was immense, with Kuki-Zo leaders demanding separate administration, reflecting a loss of trust in state protection, broader socio-political context, and ongoing tensions. The violence reflects deep ethnic divides, exacerbated by Chief Minister Singh's policies against Kuki poppy cultivation, seen as vilifying the community, as reported by The Wire on May 3, 2024. Alleged state patronage of Arambai Tenggol, with no arrests despite open defiance, fueled perceptions of impunity, as noted in Jamestown on August 22, 2024. The central government's response, criticized for inaction, included calls for army deployment, but tensions persisted, with an ex-post from Ravinder Kapoor Su, ex-post on January 2, 2025, noting ongoing attacks, indicating the conflict's unresolved nature as of June 5, 2025. Conclusion. The systematic attacks on Kuki localities in Imphal from May 3, 2023, highlight a dark chapter in Manipur's history, marked by ethnic violence and alleged state complicity. Arambai Tenggol's role, with police support, led to significant destruction and displacement, reflecting deep-seated tensions. As of June 5, 2025, ongoing reports suggest the conflict continues, necessitating accountability and reconciliation to address the wounds inflicted on Manipur's social fabric. Thank you for watching. Please do share this video and don't forget to subscribe our channel Zalengam Media.